There is a moment in life that decides everything. You look around, you check your phone, you wait, and then it hits you. No one is coming. No one will save you. No one will push you. For most people, this moment breaks them. For a few, it creates something dangerous. If you're still watching, this video is for you. 1. The moment that destroys or creates you. One day, every person faces a moment that changes everything. It doesn't come with noise or drama. It comes quietly. You look around your life, you check your phone, you wait for someone to show up, and then the truth hits you. No one is coming to help you. No one is coming to save you. There is no backup plan waiting in the background. For most people, this moment is the beginning of collapse. They feel abandoned by the world. They feel forgotten. They feel like life has betrayed them. Their mind fills with painful questions. Why is this happening to me? Why am I doing everything alone? Why does no one understand me? Instead of moving forward, they freeze. They stop trying. They wait for things to change on their own. They complain, blame, and lose energy. Slowly, without noticing, they accept less from life. Smaller dreams, smaller goals, a smaller version of themselves. But for a very rare few, this moment does something different. It doesn't destroy them, it wakes them up. They understand a hard but powerful truth. Depending on others was never safety. It only felt safe. In reality, it was weakness. They stop asking for permission. They stop explaining their ideas. They stop waiting for approval from people who don't understand them. If you're still watching this, you feel it already. You carry a vision that feels too big to explain, too deep for casual conversations, too uncomfortable for average minds. You tried to share it. People laughed. They doubted you. They looked confused, not because you're wrong, but because they cannot see that far ahead. This pain is not here to break you. It is here to separate you, to remove false support, to strip away excuses. This is the moment where weak people collapse and where dangerous people are born. 2. The biggest lie society taught you from the moment you were a child. Society slowly trained you to depend on others, not loudly, not directly, but quietly, step by step. In school, you were taught group work. If you failed, someone else could cover for you. If you were weak, the group could hide it. You were rewarded for fitting in, not for standing alone. Being different was risky. Being average was safe. As you grew older, the lesson changed its form. Now society called it networking. They told you success is about connections, about knowing the right people, about being liked. They repeated the same sentence again and again. It's not what you know, it's who you know. It sounds intelligent, it sounds realistic, it sounds safe, but it is poison. The moment you depend on others, you hand them control over your future. When you need approval, they decide your worth. When you need help, they decide how fast you move. When you need support, they decide whether you move at all. Machiavelli understood this centuries ago. He warned that real power belongs only to what you control. Anything outside your control is a weakness waiting to be used against you. Support feels warm, it feels comforting, it feels safe. But comfort creates delay. Delay creates excuses. Excuses slowly turn into weakness. Safety is not freedom. Safety is a cage. A soft cage still keeps you trapped. The biggest lie society sold you was not about money or success. It was about dependence. You were taught to need people. The truth is harder to accept. You don't need people. You need control over yourself. 3. Zero support equals zero masters. Every form of support has a hidden price. Nothing comes for free, even when it looks kind. When someone helps you, you owe them something. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but one day the bill arrives. When someone invests in you, they don't just give resources. They want influence. They want a say in your decisions. They want control over your direction. Even emotional support has chains. When you depend on someone to feel stable, you give them power over your emotions. And when they leave, as people often do, they take your balance with them. Most people are searching for a safety net, something to catch them if they fall, something that makes failure hurt less. But a safety net is also a trap. It makes you hesitate. It makes you jump half-heartedly. It keeps you from learning how to land on your own feet. The real reason you haven't won yet is not because you lack talent. It's not because you lack intelligence or opportunity. It's because you are still waiting. waiting to feel motivated, waiting for someone to say yes, waiting for approval, support, or encouragement. That waiting is a form of slavery. Your life is paused in someone else's hands. Freedom begins at zero. Zero help. Zero approval. Zero applause. At zero, no one owns you. No one can threaten to leave. No one can slow you down. At zero, failure becomes honest. It hurts, but it teaches quickly. At zero, success becomes clean. It belongs to you and only you. When you have nothing to lose, fear loses its power. You stop negotiating with doubt. You stop asking permission. You move. Zero support does not mean weakness. It means zero masters. 4. Why being alone makes you strong. When you are alone, you move faster than most people ever will. You don't need meetings. You don't need agreement. You don't need approval from anyone. A group must discuss every move. They argue. They wait. They delay. You don't. Every decision is yours. And because of that, every mistake teaches you immediately. There is no one to hide behind. No one to blame. No one to protect you from the truth. Isolation removes excuses. When you are alone, there is no audience. No one to impress. No one to please. Only results matter. Most people fear silence. When the noise disappears, they feel lost. They distract themselves. They look for comfort. They slowly break. But a rare few do the opposite. They sharpen in silence. When you're alone, you hear your weaknesses clearly. Your laziness, your fear, your lack of skill. You cannot hide from them. And because you cannot escape them, you are forced to fix them. This is why history fears the lone individual. A person who depends only on himself cannot be controlled easily. He cannot be pressured by crowds. He cannot be slowed down by opinions. Alone, your mind becomes focused. Your actions become efficient. Your thinking becomes clear. You stop wasting energy on useless conversations. You cut distractions. You learn to think in actions, not emotions. You become unpredictable. People cannot read your next move. They cannot influence you through others. Being alone does not mean you are weak. It means you are training. You are not lonely. You are preparing. 5. The ghost phase. This is the phase where most people fail, not because they are weak, but because they talk too much. The moment you share your plans, you lose power. People question you. They doubt your ideas. They project their fears onto you, and slowly, they drain your energy. Even worse, your mind feels rewarded just for talking. You feel like you made progress, even though you did nothing. The ghost phase exists to fix this. In this phase, you stop announcing your moves. No explanations, no updates, no big things coming posts. Silence becomes your weapon. Silence builds pressure inside you. That pressure creates restlessness. Restlessness forces action. You slowly disappear from social life. Not because you're weak, but because you are focused. You replace noise with obsession. You replace talking with building. You work when others relax. You study when others sleep. You build while others complain about life. There is no applause, no encouragement, no one cheering for you. Good. Applause makes people soft. Silence makes people sharp. This phase feels lonely. It feels heavy. It feels unfair. At night, doubt will visit you. You will wonder if this path is worth it. If you are wasting your time, stay invisible, because when you return, you won't need to explain anything. Your results will speak for you. 6. Turn pain into fuel. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is a signal. Pain is energy. Most people misunderstand pain. They try to escape it. They distract themselves with noise, entertainment, food, sleep, or endless scrolling. They do anything to avoid feeling uncomfortable. That is why they stay weak. Pain exists to wake you up. When pain appears, something inside you becomes alert. Your mind sharpens. Your body wants to move. Instead of running from pain, you must use it. Create one rule in your mind. Pain equals work. When you are ignored, work. When you are doubted, work. When you are rejected, work. Do not argue. Do not explain. Do not chase approval. Just work. At first, pain hurts. It feels personal. It feels unfair. But over time, something changes. Pain stops breaking you. It activates you. Your brain begins to connect discomfort with action. Instead of slowing you down, pain pushes you forward. Weak people avoid pain. They hide from it. They numb it. Dangerous people use pain. They convert it into discipline. They turn pressure into progress. Eventually, pain loses its power over you. It becomes a trigger, not a wound. When pain appears, you don't complain. You move, and once you master this, the world loses its ability to control you. Because nothing can stop a person who feeds on pressure and turns pain into fuel. 7. Discipline replaces support. When no one is watching, most people fall apart. They relax too much. They delay work. They tell themselves they will start tomorrow. Freedom exposes weakness. You must do the opposite. When you have no support, discipline becomes your team. Discipline replaces motivation. Discipline replaces encouragement. Discipline replaces people. The first battle of the day is the morning. The alarm clock decides who you are becoming. Your weak mind wants comfort. One more minute. One more excuse. You must win here. If you lose the morning, the day controls you. If you win the morning, you control the day. After that comes deep work, not busy work, not fake productivity, real work. Phone off, notifications silent. No scrolling, no distractions. In these hours, you build faster than people with teams. This is your advantage. What you consume matters. Garbage content creates weak thinking. Drama, news, endless short videos, they poison focus. Consume only what sharpens you. Books that challenge you. Skills that pay. Ideas that make you stronger. At night, you face yourself. You audit your day honestly. No excuses, no lies. Did you move forward or did you waste time? Motivation is emotional. It comes and goes. It disappears when life gets hard. Discipline is mechanical. It does not care how you feel. It shows up anyway. Support can disappear. People can leave. Discipline stays. And that is real power. 8. From survivor to architect. If you stay on this path long enough, one day you will win. Not because of luck, not because someone helped you, but because you kept going when no one was watching. The work will add up, the discipline will show results, your skills will sharpen, your confidence will become quiet but solid. And then something strange happens. Support returns. People who once doubted you suddenly appear. People who ignored you now want to celebrate with you. People who questioned your choices want to stand next to your success. Smile, be polite, but stay distant. Do not forget the empty room where you started, the silence when no one replied, the cold nights when doubt was your only companion. That was not loneliness, that was sovereignty. You were not abandoned, you were being shaped. Back then you were a survivor, just trying to get through the day, just trying not to quit. Now, you are an architect. You don't just survive life anymore, you design it. You build systems, you create direction, you decide the rules. And here is the real power. Now that you don't need support, you can choose where to give it. You're no longer desperate for approval. You're no longer hungry for validation. You help only those who earn it. You guide only those who are willing to work. You protect your energy. Never forget this truth. The only applause that ever mattered was the one you gave yourself in the dark, when no one else believed. That is real power. CTE. If this video hit you, subscribe. This channel is for outliers, not the crowd. And if you want access to ideas YouTube won't allow publicly, click join and step into the architect level. Most won't. That's the point.